When the market-leading brand brings a new generation of vehicle to Australia, we've got to sit up and pay close attention. In this case, Toyota brings us the 12th generation of its Corolla small car. Now in its 51st year on sale since the first generation, and this time around brings a monumental overhaul in all the major areas. In looks, interior design, powertrain, chassis dynamics, and, not least of all, in safety technology. With Toyota's new global architecture underneath, it also brings, among various things, an independent rear suspension, which, combined with a more powerful petrol engine, could make this the most enjoyable Corolla to drive ever. So, let's find out. The new platform on the hatch brings with it a lower centre of gravity, slightly improved front to rear weight balance, and a lot more body rigidity. Throw in the new rear suspension and revisions to every other aspect of the chassis and, yes, we have the makings of the most dynamically proficient Corolla yet. You really do feel this on the road. There's good balance and control, the Corolla handling corners with confidence and predictability, and offering high levels of grip with the ZR model shod with 18-inch tyres. The steering is much improved. The brakes are up to the task. The ride quality is excellent, especially on the SX and Ascent Sport fitted with 16-inch wheels, and refinement levels have also gone up a notch. The one exception to this is the tyre roar we encountered on coarse chip bitumen, particularly on the 18-inch set. For performance, Toyota has a new 2-litre petrol engine with 125 kilowatts of power and is making a big push with its 1.8-litre petrol-electric hybrid, which is now available across the range. Both powertrains perform with smoothness and efficiency around town and in easygoing conditions. The hybrid has less power and slightly inferior fuel economy compared to the previous version, but still impresses with its general refinement, eager acceleration in stop-start traffic, and in terms of economy, which is still very good in real-world terms. The 2-litre engine, on the other hand, has power on its side and works well with its revised CVT transmission, which uses a mechanical launch gear to make it feel more like a conventional automatic gearbox from a standing start. There's also a 6-speed manual option on the entry-level Ascent Sport, which has a new rev matching feature on the downshifts. From behind the wheel, there's a lot to like. No smartphone mirroring, so Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, they're off limits for the time being. But in other areas, the driver assist safety technology, modern graphics, detailed information right in front of us. The improvements are palpable. Some of the driver assist safety highlights include active cruise control, lane departure warning, automatic high beam, a speed limit recognition system, which is a first for Toyota in Australia, and autonomous emergency braking with pedestrian and cyclist detection. All this extra gear has seen Toyota drop the entry-level Ascent model and instead start the new range with the Ascent Sport at $22,870. But once you add the automatic, as most people will do, and throw in on-road costs, the new baseline for Corolla pushes up to around $27,000, and that's not cheap. As well as the safety gear, the money buys you a smart-looking hatch and, right across the board, an upmarket cabin, quality fit and finish, an impressive dashboard presentation, particularly the multi-layer design and big 18-inch central touchscreen. The Ascent Sport Hybrid has dual-zone climate control aircon and keyless entry and start, while satellite navigation and privacy glass on the entry-level variants bundled into a $1,000 option pack. The mid-series SX gets a wireless phone charger, digital radio, leather trim on the steering wheel, and a second USB port, while the top-spec ZR swaps out the 4.2-inch display in the instrument panel for a 7-inch screen. It also has a handy head-up display, leather and suede trim, sportier front seats, and a premium stereo. Where the package starts to fall down is in the back seat, where the room is much tighter than we anticipated, and in the cargo area, where only 217 litres is provided, down from 360 in the previous model. The one exception is the ZR Hybrid, which goes without a spare wheel and instead uses a puncture repair kit, so that sees the floor drop down a bit, but might not be welcome when you're faced with fixing a puncture. We might add that roadside assistance isn't included in Toyota's standard warranty. Corolla is still one of the biggest selling cars in Australia, but it's been slipping for a few years. So this new generation is just what Toyota has needed. It looks great, it feels good to drive, and it's bang up to date in terms of safety technology. We also applaud the fact that hybrid has become so much more accessible across the range. The smaller cargo space is probably its biggest drawback. But from the driver's seat, from our first drive, it looks as though Toyota's on a winner. For our full drive review, a detailed product report and more news, see us at GoAuto.com.au.